Let's see here. Crash a distal. Yeah, this should be a good test here. Let's see. All right, we got a little bit of real estate going on here on the screen. Dang Driver, good morning. I hope you're having a fine Saturday. I hope you all had a great Friday night. I set up a new sound bar. I had my Sony sound bar. I've had it for 5 years, and it up and just died. It just really up and died. So I decided to do some research on a couple of different sound bars for my main television, and it came down to either the Sonos Beam or the Bose 500 soundbar 500. Both have awesome options. Both have subwoofer options, and I needed the subwoofer. So I got the Bose soundbar A500, and we set that up last night. Sounds fantastic. Got the subwoofer going. Using the ARC plug-in on the TV, Apple TV in play. Woof. Yeah. It sounds really good. So that was my Friday night activity. It was a little bit of Moose Drool and Bose soundbar 500. So that was cool. Today we're going to be testing ForeFlight. I am waiting for Navigraph to come out with their VFR charts. Super excited to try Navigraph, but in the meantime, we'll be using some ForeFlight for some VFR. I'll fly a little IFR with it as well, but we know that VFR charts are coming for Navigraph. But today we're going to be playing around with that. I do have the iPad Pro in front of me with a Magic Keyboard, which is kind of handy. Tylenol with Wings, D-Money's 327, you got the Vizio wireless 5.1 for our bedroom. Surprisingly impressed for the price. The advantage of the Vizio, if you got the version that I'm thinking of, which I think a 5.1. Good morning, Sounder. We got a subscribe. Thank you, Sounder AU. Appreciate the support. The thing I was saying about the Vizio is that assuming you got the one I'm thinking of, it has the Dolby Atmos, right? So it's got the two speakers that point at the ceiling, and if you're within 7 to 10 feet of the ceiling, you're gonna get that sound reflection off of the ceiling for like stuff that's overhead, like helicopters, explosions, Superman, whatever. So that Dolby Atmos was very tempting. I don't think I do have the Dolby Atmos with the Bose system, but and you're right, the price is good, and if it sounds good, that's pretty cool, because that is one that I saw that did have that option. Scotty P7409, good morning. Is there a trick to get the Cytec switch panel to work with MFS? Yes. I use spad.next. So this spad.next software has a Microsoft Flight Simulator profile. And once I turn the plane on, these should turn on, but the plane's off right now. So spad.next. It is a third-party purchase, though. The need to show setup when you have time for flight. Absolutely. Are you talking about? Yeah. I can do that for sure. You want me to do that right now? I do not mind. So, in fact, I'll just point you to this website that shows you exactly how to do it step by step. So, I'm going to link this website in the chat. So there is the how to connect your Microsoft Flight Simulator to ForeFlight. But keep in mind, you must follow their option where you go into the settings and you tell it to be in slow mode. Otherwise, we run into that issue where too many SimConnect clients are causing frame rate issues. So make sure I think it even warns you during the installation of that whole process. When you run that program that they have you install, it actually says, put it into slow mode for now. This is a workaround until Asobo fixes the SimConnect problem. When you use SPAD, I get FPS lags. Do you have it too? No, not. I'm going to find out if I do today, but last night I did not. So, and I'm also running FSEconomy, and I think FSEconomy uses SimConnect as well. So it's kind of an interesting scenario that I'm not. But then, knock on wood, hopefully we don't have the frame rate problem today. You're on the West UA, but you don't see anyone. Okay, well, let's go to connect. Okay, I'm on West USA online. I wonder if I see anyone else around. Okay, there's Tylenol with wing. There you go, Tylenol W wing. There you are. You need to turn on maybe labels. Sometimes people turn them off, and I think that, and I agree with others that this is a little bit of a large section that it takes up in the sky for when you see someone. I wish they'd make that adjustable. Like you could make it just really super small and have it be just, Tylenol with wing. I don't need the aircraft type or the altitude. Just give me a small Tylenol with wing. Oh, someone just spawned next to me. There's Rick. There is Rick. Do you see the 152? Good to see you, Rick. I'm so glad you guys are joining me today. All right, let's go on inside. I'm just going to hit that magic button for right now. ForeFlight will be tracking us on the flight. As you can see, I'm the little blue flashing dot there at Haley Friedman Memorial Sun Valley. Used to come here as a kid when I was very young, like 5, 6, 7 years old. My dad used to take me to Sun Valley for his company retreats. Really like Sun Valley. I'll never forget. I went to this little general store at the resort property in Sun Valley. This had to have been about 1979, 78, 79, somewhere in there. And I went to the general store, and my dad said that I could buy a pack of baseball cards. We got a follow from DePiro. Let's see how we say that. DePiro Lex Daytona 77. Thank you for the follow. Also, Rolex Dalen with the follow. Thank you. And Mr. Gee. And, of course, Sounder AU with the subscribe. So I bought a pack of baseball cards. I think they were Fleer. I don't remember the specifics. But I was so excited. Actually, I think I bought 2 packs. I was so excited when I got a Reggie Jackson. Soon thereafter, I got a Don Mattingly as well. So that was kind of a fun memory. And we swam in the pool that day, and I just talked about getting my Reggie Jackson. Which, if I still had that card today, it'd be kind of cool to bring that out. But that was long lost, gone. It was probably put in the spokes of my BMX bicycle. All right, so as you can see here, SciTech panels are working. I'm going to put in an altitude here. So I'm going to rotate the altitude knob. I'm going to cruise. We'll initially set, as you can see here, it's changing right there. We're going to adjust this to 9,000. So those of you flying, I'll just be known that I'll be flying at 9,000. I am on custom weather at the moment. It says P to heat off. That's okay. If you hit control space, it returns you to a general view. I wish the stuff would get out of your way when you want to move. You have to use quite a bit of prop to get this thing moving. You're on the DA62 here? Ah, perfect. You can see me, but I can't see you. That's weird. Can you see Rick? And Rick, can you see me? Cajun Cacti early star here. Good morning. Yep. Pretty excited about trying this bad boy today. Whoa. Don't take out the TBM. Are there any missions or campaigns or just sightseeing? There are some landing. I think the missions will increase. There are some landing competitions right now. But because I do a thing called FSEconomy, my mission today that actually is officially being logged, and there are finances involved. I am carrying 6 passengers from Sun Valley down to Ogden, Utah. It's 176 miles if we went direct. And I'm getting paid for it. So you do see me, Rick? Okay, so it's something on Tylenol's side, I think. Whoa. Slow down. Rick, you're in the 152 with the flaps down. That's cool. So yeah, I'm adding a mission on top of the simulator. And again, I use this software called FSEconomy. I got the client working, and I'm going to make about $5,000. So if you're interested in adding a mission like detail to your Microsoft Flight Simulator, then you can type in !FSE, and it will give you the Bible. It'll show you the ropes. Oh, there's Rick. No, who's that? Who's that? That's someone else without a label. That's interesting. Oh, that's Crashadistal. Okay. Hello, Crashadistal. Good morning, Black Diamond. All right, so you have a career of sorts. Start out with a simple plane and work upwards. Yeah, I think everyone should start in the Cessna 152 and take that. There is a guided flight instructor lesson that is done out of Sedona, and I would encourage everyone to do that as their first flight in FSEconomy after they've set up their joystick, etc. Could you fly around Pennsylvania? You betcha. I'll put that on the list, but I encourage you to keep that fresh in my mind. Add it to the list on my Discord, !Discord, and you can join that. And then we're taking suggestions. We've flown a lot of the suggestions so far. I do FSEconomy too. I'm paying off a Bonanza loan. Yeah. Right now, Snack Air is out of debt. We have about $10 million in the bank, and we've got a fleet. We've got I don't know, how many airports do we have? Like 90 airports, maybe more. And we have a fleet of aircraft that's large, baby. Sparker, what is the map you have up? That is ForeFlight, so I can zoom in with my fingers. You can see on the middle cam that I'm just using an iPad here, and then I can come up here and I can hit Sun Valley, and I can say I want to look at the airport diagram, and then my aircraft, as you can see here, is just lined up here on runway 31 at Bravo 7, and you can see my route. I'm going to take off, and then we're going to do a left turn down to a waypoint called Kinsey. But it's really handy to do ForeFlight for sure. You can also overlay other charts, etc. So, but hope you're well, Sparker. Okay, so there's Crashadistal. There's the P holes. It isn't? You can't go to the TV? Oh, I gotta fix that. Next aircraft will be the King Air 350. Oh, nice. Yeah, Southwest versus American Airlines. Which is better overall? Whatever has the better price. American and Southwest, they're both comparable. I would say that, whatever's got the better price. So what is engine start button? Control E, Scotty. Control E. Thank you for the follow. Coos Brews 44. Mike Hayes 19. Thank you again. I might join on the next flight. It says Cajun Cacti getting coffee going. I only feel a couple of flights. Sun hogging the game. That's awesome. All right, you guys, I gotta quickly help Right Girl for just a second. I'm gonna be right back here, and we'll take off. Oh, Sounder's here. Mitchy Mitch is here. Awesome. So I'll be right back. I'm hoping to fix this issue for Right Girl. It's a technical Ish, I'll be right back. Okay, back with you. With you. So we got, let's see here. Mitch, are you you gonna join us? That's awesome. So we got Crash Distal over here on the side. Tylenol with wings. Oh, you guys are already in the air. Rick's in the air. I think they're gonna ban that name, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Okay, we'll get going here in just a moment. I gotta start my FSEconomy fly. Here comes Mitch. We are in no rush. Thank you, guys. Who's behind me? Who's right behind me, guys? Looks like you're in a diamond, whoever that is. You can't see anyone on your end. Crash a distal. I would say restart your sim. That's just a... I mean, it could be time, but... You know... This is a pretty cool situation that we don't have to install any sort of third-party add-on, and this is built into the sim. I do like that quite a bit. What's the worst aircraft to fly in flight sim? The worst aircraft to fly in flight sim. Ooh. That's a difficult question. I've never thought about that. The default 747 in X-Plane. As far as this sim is concerned, I haven't found any that I don't particularly have anything against. When I started up, no one had landing gear. Ah, interesting. Oz Flight Simmer. Good day, mate. Thank you again for the gifted sub the other day to Chili. And hope you're well. I see you've been having a lot of fun on the YouTube, on even some live streaming. That's awesome. You know, you do realize that if you come over to Twitch, which you might already be on Twitch, I just haven't followed you there yet or seen you go live there. Maybe you are. You should definitely consider joining the Global Sim Alliance Twitch team. I know a guy there that can get you in. And also, Oz Flight Simmer, I still haven't received my hard copy. Can you believe that? I'm going to have to reach out. Hopefully they have some spares. Flight Sim X is your favorite game? Question mark. Let's see. Sounds like you're asking your therapist. I don't know. All right, we're just going to give Crash a Distal here a moment to see if he can restart his sim, and then we'll get going. So we got Filthy 7409. Is that you, Scotty? Yeah, no rush. Crash a Distal. By the way, we also have the snack race going on. So, exclamation snack race will get you a link to all the details. We're giving away $500 worth of prizes to several different people that are in the snack race. I'm super excited that happens in about 10 days from now, 10 to 12 days from now. So if you're in that top 30, you're gonna be eligible. Top 20 is even more so, and top 15 is super eligible. Can't remember. Did I do a top 10? I think I may have done a top 10 as well. I can't remember. Does the FBO close at really odd hours in Ogden? I don't know. I've only flown out of Ogden a few times, and in the real world, and I didn't notice any weird hours. But then again, I was there during the day, so don't know. There's Tylenol in the TBM. Now the big money jobs are gone. I don't have a chance at the top 10. Might be a little more difficult, but you can get top 15, I bet you, if you do some King Air and some TBM and some DA62 jobs, maybe. Might be okay on. So Sundays have weird hours. That could be. We'll get going here in just a little bit. I'm gonna test one thing. So I am using an Xbox controller here. Sometimes when I do my cinematic shots, I can zoom in, zoom out. Let's go take a look at Sounder. Sounder is in. Is that the DV? Is that the DV20 Sounder? And then we have Mitchy Mitch here. Looks like he's in a Diamond 40. Oh, there's someone that's really close behind him. They're right here, but we can't see them because they're too close to this guy. And then we got. Yeah, you reckon? And then JMB, yeah. And that TBM looks pretty good there from Tylenol. And there's Rick up there in the 152. Oh, is that a Bonanza that keeps disappearing because it's too close to the one? Yeah, so if you keep your space, you can stay in the visuals. Crash a Distal's on the runway, guys. Awesome. Hopefully he can see us. Can you see us now? And then you just hit the trigger to go up. And then you can hit the other trigger to go down. All right. Still don't see anyone, so I'll try to follow. That's really bizarre, isn't it, guys? All right, so we're going to hit end. And we're going to go ahead and if you want to take off, crash a distal, feel free. Landing lights coming on.
Approaching runway 31.
Oh, that's cool.
Entered runway 31. 7,400 feet remaining.
That's ForeFlight. I forgot to turn that off. Don't know where I'm going. Okay, well, we're going to just head south. Yeah, just do a left turn. Left turn. I'm climbing up to 9,000 feet. And then I'm going to head direct to a waypoint called Kinsey. So it's on a heading of 176. No, yeah, 176. Is this one of the more detailed airports? It's pretty dang good for default. It's not a handcrafted airport, but it's pretty dang good. Aaron Martinez, how you doing? I'm just slow rolling here so everyone can get lined up here. I'm gonna let Crash a Distal take off, and are you guys coming? All right, I'm gonna take off, and then I'm gonna slow roll it over to Kinsey. There's Crash a Distal going airborne. Craig's fine. Things, how you doing? All right, here I go. Even the trees density is right for the region. No procedural generation here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm super impressed. And look at the car detail. Mountain detail. Yeah. Oops. Stay on the runway, don't fly. And we're going to rotate. Flaps going up. Gear coming up. I'm gonna slow down because some of you guys are in slower aircraft. That's some amazing detail. Yeah, look at that. N87UP with the subscribe. All right, Crash Distal's getting a little. Oh, there you are. Getting a little high.
Been missing your streams.
N87UP.
Work has had me busy, thankfully. Cheers to ya and enjoy your flight.
Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, stay busy, my friend. This is an interesting world we're in, and I'm glad you're staying busy. And it's good to see you. Thank you for being in the chat today, and also subscribing, and also thank you for your participation on the Discord, and also giving Snack Air pilots a crack at your planes when you put them on sale. I would have bought that Falcon. B2 would have bought that Falcon, but it was you priced it so well that it's no wonder someone picked it up. Okay, I'm gonna trim up the aircraft here. I'll keep it slow so you guys can keep up if you need be. Oh crap! Start FSEconomy. That was close. I almost didn't start FSEconomy. I was probably like right on the edge. All right, I'm making a left turn, and we're gonna go to a waypoint called Kinsey. And I'm going to set up my autopilot here. So hit autopilot. And we'll go vertical speed. I have to hit the buttons a few times to get them to work. But then I'm going to rotate this to vertical speed. We'll climb up at 400 feet per minute up to 9,000. And then I'm going to go nav. And that should take me on a direct course to Kinsey. Actually, it's going to Amone first, guys. So A-M-O-N-E. Oh, no. A-N-O-M-E, Alpha November Oscar Mike Echo. Oh, it's going back to the original magenta. Okay, so that's okay. So crash a distal. It'll be just a second before I get on course. I should have gone on headings and joined it. Because it... Oh, wow. What's it doing? It's doing like a 360. Amoni must be on the... Yeah, Amoni must be near the airport. Okay. Yeah, CDI is set... Oh, you're right. Duh. Now we're going to go direct to Anome. I haven't forgotten. What was that? Good morning, 767 minimums. Let's see what else I missed here. Don't change your sound device in Windows. It crashes the sim. Oops. Demps 151 got a new icon from N87UP. What is the destination and what server? We're on the West server, and the destination is Ogden. Kilo Oscar Golf Delta. I should have got Sim Toolkit Pro working, but 3 Green Gaming. Good morning, sir. How you doing, JT? I'll do a shameless plug for P20. It's the FBO you graciously passed my way last month. Wasn't amazing in X-Plane 11, but in MSFS, wow. Oh my gosh, seriously, my favorite location now. Still have to set it up to support Snack Air over at Flagstaff. Awesome. 767 minimums. I'm doing very well. We got Tylenol with wings there ahead of me. We got behind me. We got a few other people. Let's see. There we go. Now we can scroll around, see if we can see anyone. I lost a few. I think it may be a distance thing. There's Scotty over there in the DA40. which probably, and there's sounder over there in the VL3. It's not going to the right location. So I'm going to have to change something here. Let's go flight plan. Okay, now we're going to SERP. So sorry guys, the flight plan is not ideal here. Control space gets that back. There's Mitch down below. Yeah, I don't have the route set up in Sim Toolkit Pro. But I'm not having the frame issue that some people are having with Sim Connect, right? So I'm running FSEconomy. I'm running ForeFlight through a thing called Flight Events. And I'm also running spad.next. And I'm having no frame rate issues, as you can see. But if I add Sim Toolkit Pro into the mix, will I get the issues? Is it stopping at 9,000? Yeah, it looks like it's going to. Flight events kill my sim for some reason. 3 Green Gaming, you've got to make sure that you go in. Maybe you already did this, but you have to go into the settings and you have to change it. Flight events 2.1.1.0. And in the settings, you got to turn on this slow mode and then you have to restart. So right there, slow mode, and then also broadcast data to local network. And it's working for me at the moment. I heard 4 cores, Hillman. Or is it 4? I thought it was 4 cores. Can you turn off knob tags? Yes, you can. It's under that main assistance menu, I think. Wonder if that reduces the fresh rate. It says it changes it to 1 hertz or something. Yeah. Thank you guys for all joining me. In fact, yeah, we may have to do a little snacky prize to those that are joining me today in the group flight, because it really enhances the situation. All right, I'm leveling off, guys, at 9,000, and I'm at 90 knots, so you guys should be able to catch up. I'm gonna bring that back. Bring the throttles back. There's 94 knots or so. The AP just killed you. Ouch. How are you finding MFS, John? Can't wait for a decent airliner. Dirty Barry, it's going to be very difficult for me to go fly X-Plane or P3D for the next week or two. I do have several aircraft lined up to test in both P3D and X-Plane, and I have got airport products that I've got to check out. But I'll be honest with you, it's going to be a week or two before I go back. I will maintain what I was stating. I've been stating it for a while now. I'll be flying 3 sims for 3 years. But with that being said, if FS Labs and PMDG and Quality Wings and TFDI, if they all release in the new sim, I will drop P3D. So I don't think I think and I'm talking the entire line of PMDG, 7.3, 7.7, 7.4, FS Labs, the whole line, TFDI. Where's my aircraft going? Looks like it's going to a place called Sirpi in 9 miles. And then maybe Kinsey. Oh, there's Tylenol. He's 9,009. He's just 1,000 feet above me in his TBM. All right, I'm going to slow down a little bit more so you guys can catch up. So everyone who's flying along, I'm going to slow way down because I kind of want to see some candy. All right, I'm going to zoom in on the chart here. If I can switch this to US IFR low. It's complaining. Says it's going to Reaps. Okay, I see the Reaps. Yeah, I'm going to Reaps. PMDG 777 would be the big one. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Yep, FSEconomy for the new sim. Yeah. Commander Laurentius, how you doing? You agree, Dirty Barry? Yeah. What runway you landed on? Want you to see you vagabonds land. I have a clipboard for grading. I don't know. If someone can do an exclamation METAR KOGD Ogden, and we can see what the winds are. Although I'm running custom weather. We got a subscribe. We got a subscribe. My airspeed's jacked
Good
up
morning.
again. Good morning, Fish Go Blue. How you doing? I'm slowing back down, guys. Sorry, I got ahead of you. Thank you, Fish Go Blue, for 35 months. Thank you so much. How are you, Scott? PMDG already have announced their full product lineup and will be on MFS with 737 first. Yeah, and I get a discount for that 737 because I bought the NGXU. So I get a $99 credit toward that 737, which is nice. I think once the main third party come over to MFS, I can't really see me going to any other sim. GSX coming soon as well, and third party airports. I can't see any attraction of going back to X-Plane or P3D. I'll definitely go back to X-Plane because there are things in X-Plane that it'll take a long time before we get them in this sim. And X-Plane, you know, gives us the... We do have the ortho photo on X-Plane, but think about it. The Hot Start TBM 900, there's an emote for that. You can't give that up yet. You hope it comes over. Add some power. Add some power. And then also think about it, like the 757, the Flight Factor 757. The SSG 747 is pretty good. Again, if you want, right now at this very moment, if you want to have good LNAV and VNAV in a 747 Queen of the Skies, you have two options, the PMDG and the SSG. So I'm keeping those guys around for a while longer. Also, think about it. You have the new Hot Start. You have the new Hot Start Challenger coming. That's going to be fantastic. You've got the Aerobasque Falcon. There are so many reasons why you keep X-Plane regardless for years and years and years. But with that being said, I think I need to change that emote and say, Microsoft Flight Simulator 64% or 84% if you're talking about the next month. There's the METAR for Ogden. Okay. The wind is 170 at 12. Okay. There's our Reaps waypoint. The other thing too is I can turn on my synthetic vision. There is synthetic vision. It also gives me the waypoints. How cool is that? Wow. It tells me what my active leg is. Huh. But I'm going too fast for these guys again. Bring it back. Oh wait, I'm 140 ground speed, 119 true, and slowing down. In fact, I would go as far as to say that P3D won't die because they have the commercial side of it. But as far as the home sim enthusiast, maybe in 4 or 5 years, the home sim, it won't be one of the major choices. Yeah, Rito Speedo, I'm with you on that. Tolis is not ruling it out. Yeah. If LM signed a deal for worldwide ortho, they'd still have the stealth flight model. They can't seem to improve. It's on rails. Yeah, it's on rails, except for the custom flight models, you know, that you have with some of the aircraft. But don't get me wrong. I love my favorite plane is still the NGXU. And then the second favorite plane is TBM, so we have those two platforms. But I can't get myself out of this sim. I'm impressed you guys are keeping up with the twin in your ultralights and your small diamonds, and even that 152 is not too far behind us. Okay, so just to let you guys know, I'm going to a waypoint called Sheer. Sierra Hotel Echo Alpha Romeo. And my heading is 167. Echo, stop. And I really am trying to slow down. I promise. We're going to go over Burley, Idaho, which is the VORBYI, Bravo Yankee India. Are you away back, Crash a Distal? Oh, you're back at the airport probably? Yeah, still see ya. Okay, that ortho there doesn't look so fresh. Do you see that? You got that stuff. And then over there, you got that stuff. So tile lines are still a thing on occasion. Unless those are clouds. Are those dark storm clouds or something? That's weird. You just saw a multiplayer flag going in the opposite direction. That's awesome. Blue Idol Kuji, good day, sir. I haven't tried any of the bush flying challenges yet. No, I haven't tried any of the landing competitions either. Those look kind of fun. And the fact that 767 says, and the fact that you can't just pull yourself away from it is why I eventually want third-party developers are on board. Yeah. Like I say, I don't think X-Plane will ever die. I mean, think about it. X-Plane has been battling Microsoft. They battled Microsoft from 1993 all the way until Microsoft gave up in 2006. X-Plane was there the whole way, and they stayed with it. It's a labor of love now for those guys, and regardless, they're making buku money now, and they've made X-Plane 11 has been phenomenally successful. They're not going anywhere, and P3D isn't going anywhere, but then maybe they'll focus more on the commercial side. X-Plane also has the commercial side, but there's Tylenol. But that was weird. What's going on? It's like doing a deja vu thing with Tylenol. Looks like we got a little bit of that. Oh, look at my plane trying to keep that altitude. It's weird. Anyway, these are all just my opinions. It's really weird, isn't it, Tylenol? Never seen that before in group flying. Let's see if it does it out of the side window. Yep, that's what they call a massive rubber band. All right, I'm gonna descend, guys, down to 7,000. So we're gonna highlight 7,000, and we're gonna do a vertical speed, and we're gonna just drop down at 300 feet per minute because I gotta get my nose down in a better orientation. I think part of the reason that these sims look the way that they do now is because X-Plane was first to do the ortho. But then again, maybe the whole idea of integrating Bing Maps has been in there for a lot longer than how long ortho's been around. But if you think about it, back in 2014, when we were doing G2 XPL ortho, X-Plane was groundbreaking. Check your 3 o'clock. Let's take a look. Oh, that controls the plane, so I gotta switch it. Okay, now I got camera view. Oh, there you are. I found you, Sounder. That little bird's keeping up. There is Sounder in the VL3, but isn't that an ultralight? I think that's just an ultralight. Awesome. See if Tylenol is... There's Crush a Distal over there in the DA62. Tylenol may have moved ahead. Oh, there he is. Yep. He's ahead now. Rick's still keeping up with the 152, although we don't know how far behind he is. Wild Weasel. Who's Wild Weasel? And who's behind him? And then we got... Is that Mitchie behind him? Yeah, I think so. Remember on stream once we all said how cool it would be to have Google Earth BVR system in X-Plane? Yeah. We did say that, yep. Oh, Sounder's diving. Oh no. Hopefully that's on purpose. Oh no. That's not look... Well, he's at 6,000 feet. Oh, he's still going down. Uh-oh. Oh, he's recovering. Little sightseeing down there below. And of course, you got all these shots. Yeah, well, I don't... V-States is great, but I think, the higher zoom level is also good on occasion. Vertical Sims has announced for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyone know the name of the software he's using in the top left window? This is ForeFlight. So yeah, so it's on my iPad. So I can scroll around with just with the touch screen here. I can bring up charts. I can bring up diagrams here. Here's my plane right here, and we're gonna join an airway called Victor 444, and then we'll make a slight left turn to go down to the Burley VOR, and it's all on the iPad. Have issue with throttle every time move throttle, it goes straight to 50% throttle. Have tried adjusting sensitivity and everything, still no good. Any suggestions? What throttle are you using? Cytec X56. Huh. Maybe change the dead zone? Macy J, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a little bit. Missed your face and your name title. Is ForeFlight doing the HSI as well? Yes, it is. Well, no, it's showing the active leg. Hold on. Let me compare the active leg with what's inside. It says we're going to... Uh-oh. I didn't mean to open up Tastyworks. It says we're going from reaps to shown, so it's not showing the correct. The path differs a little bit on the oops. It differs a little bit on there. But it does show a deflection, but it's not mimicking it. All I want on the ForeFlight, we should make a turn here in just a moment. Hopefully. There we go, there's the turn. All I really want the ForeFlight for is georeferencing, and you know, it doesn't hurt to have synthetic vision, but I have synthetic vision in the plane. But when I'm in the outside view, I can have synthetic vision here still on the iPad, which is quite handy. I did the middle one, Funyun. The basic one will not give you georeferencing, so I had to do the middle one. It was 200 for the year. It's very expensive, and that's why I'm looking forward to Navigraph coming out with their VFR charts, because I'm a big Navigraph fan. Had a 30K next location. That's what we've got to decide. We've got to figure out where we can go. Maybe we jump into Cubs. Maybe we jump into Cessnas. Maybe we jump into Diamonds, and we go somewhere beautiful. I don't know. I'm half tempted to go buzz like major downtown areas. Like, should we take some 2- and 4-seaters around like the scenic mountainous terrain of Dallas? Maybe we should. Yeah, artificial horizon. Yep. Change the curve on the X56. Okay. The engine cut out, Sounder? Uh-oh, that's why you dive down. Okay. Is there anything like ForeFlight to run on touch PC screen instead? Well, I've never done Navigraph charts on a touchscreen before to see how friendly it is, but Navigraph charts could be something worth looking into. DHandy91, you've been doing a lot of FSE flying the TBM and loving it. Ah, perfecto. FSE love. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We got an FSEconomy job going on right now. Hope you're well, Dave. You see the Jazz in the playoffs, baby? Utah Jazz. I didn't know Navigraph had a VFR app coming. Yep. It's not an app. It'll be a part of their charts. Don't plug your Xbox controller in while in game. Very true. And also, there was something else that you don't do. Don't install spad.next in the middle of the game either. Like, don't update spad.next. It'll crash the game during the update. Someone else was able to get their MFD to show up on their iPad. Oh, that's cool. You can count me in the group flight if there's any planning. I've just joined the new Microsoft Flight Simulator community and learned the new controls. Yeah, well, I think that we'll go to some major city. I'll put a vote out. We'll either go San Francisco, Dallas, Seattle, Chicago. I don't know. I want to go to a major city and fly over the city in small, do bush flying amongst the concrete. We did do Denver just recently, so not Denver today. I do like this Xbox controller for camera views. It's kind of cool. All right, we're coming up to Burley, Idaho, and the VOR is just right up here. Clouds look pretty good. There's Tylenol in the TBM over there. My attitude's up again. All right, I'm going to speed up just a little bit here. You can pop out the MFD or PFD by right-clicking Alt button while mouse cursing over the screen when you magnify. Okay, so in theory, I could put the G1000 onto my real sim gear screens then, right? Clicking right Alt button while mouse cursor over the screen. Okay. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm scared to do anything, but I think that's how I'll get the real sim gear panels. It's going to be a while before the buttons and knobs and everything work on the real sim gear, but I could use it as a display. How do you get back to cockpit view? What I do is, I haven't figured it all out yet, but I'm hitting insert to change, and then once I hit insert, I can hit end, and that takes me into a showcase view. And if I hit end there, it goes back. And then once I'm there, if I hit insert, I go back to the cockpit. Someone also said that if you hit... Oh, that's the default view for that. Okay. And then so end, insert, end, insert. Yeah, just start playing around with the different possibilities here. Yeah, it was a great tip for sure. Is there any simple way to connect Logitech Flight Panel? Because mine isn't. I use spad.next, May CJ. So I use a program that I think it might even be British. Spad.next is the software that I use to talk to the both the radio panel and the multi-panel. It's payware. Your views are all messed up. Uh-oh. If you go, the other thing you can do is, like, let's say I get wonky and I'm down here, I can hold down control and hit space. Control space. Okay, F will reset the views. That's good to know too. F. So F is the same as control space, it looks like. So if I'm looking over there, I hit Control Space. Okay, looking over there, and I hit F. Looks like it's the same thing. Cool. Yeah, I don't know why you can't see Crash the Distal. That's really weird. Oh, are you in live players or all players, Crash the Distal? Because if you're in all players, I think you should see us. But if you're in live, you probably won't, because you're, and then also is your sim allowing you to change the weather? Like if you come up here to the menu and you go to clouds, can you change the time of day? If you can change the time of day, then you're in all, I think.
2-year hype.
Adam Thwaite, 24 months, 2 years. Thank you for 2 years, Adam. I really appreciate it. I hope you're well. Are you in the new sim? What are the deets of your weekend? I love FSEconomy. Fantastic, making good money in the 182. Danny, are you flying the Carinado 182 then, or are you in a different sim? Been getting FSE set up with the new 2020. Very nice, very nice. Thank you for the follow, Bumps, with the follow. I don't want to try the PFD MFD though. Well, okay, fine. If I crash though, I get to blame you. All right, so you said Alt button on the right. Alt and then right click. Okay, right, hold down right Alt button, mouse cursor over the screen. Okay. There you go. It's popped out. So yep, I can take that to a different screen. All right, I can bring the, uh-oh. My floor flight wigged out there for a second. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming you can't manipulate it, but I do like that. So there you go. Right click just left. Let's see if the left click works. Nope. Sorry, left alt. Nope. Right. Yeah, so it's just a right alt and then pop it out. Oh yeah, so I can use my MFD and my PFD. Okay. Cool. You're on real-time online? Yeah, that's why you can't see us, I'm assuming. Yeah, so I can change the time of day. So for example, I come up here and I go like this. See? I can change the time of day. So you need to change your flight conditions to be all players. Something I'll look at my settings when we land, but you need to get off of that real-time online. I think the real-time online is why you can't see us, but I'm not sure. Where you clicked on the pop-outs, you lose flight control. Always click back on the main menu. Ooh, okay. Got a Civic payment tomorrow. That's awesome. You've been using the plane in the marketplace? Okay. Yeah, I haven't bought that 182 yet. Live players, okay, yeah, it's all synced between, you need to be in all players to change weather, yeah. But is that why he can't see us? But we can see him? I don't understand that. B Bumps, long time lurker, first time follow, loving your content. I've been trying to get FSC to work on MF 2020. It is connecting to my account, but not connecting to the sim. Any thoughts on that? Yes. If you make sure that you download the latest and greatest FSEconomy software, and then you have to go into File, Config, and then you have to go to Simulator and say Remote Computer 127.0.0.1 port 500. And if you need any assistance with that, you can jump on my Discord. Thank you for following, and thank you for coming into the chat today. Is Shakeable Muffin 7 one of the people here? Could be. I can look for Shakeable Muffin. Oh, we got some people up here at... Yeah, Shakeable Muffin 7 is... I see him right there. Oh. There's Talon all over there. Derek Lee. Mitch coming up. And Rick following there in the 152 sounder. Shakeable Muffin could be really far away though. Oh, that's gorgeous. Andrew, nice to see you. Thank you for joining today. How are you doing? No, that's AI traffic. It doesn't matter. What matters is to have all players for multiplayer on. Shakeable Muffin is okay. Yep, I get you. What exactly is FSEconomy and what does it exactly do? ESJ Gaming. Good question. Type in exclamation FSE. That'll give you the Bible of what FSE is. But essentially, you carry passengers and or cargo on missions, and there's a whole server system behind it, a whole economy. You make money by carrying cargo and passengers from point A to point B, but you build up money. You buy FBOs at airports. So, for example, we own the FBO at, say, Jackson Hole, Wyoming. If someone purchases fuel or if they do a flight there, we get money because we own the FBO at Jackson Hole. So, yeah, it's an economy. When I buy fuel, let's say I landed at an airport and I decide to buy some fuel at, say, Ogden, where we're going, Ogden, Utah, I then will pay money out of my bank account to the person who owns the FBO at Ogden. So and I'm renting someone else's Diamond DA62 right now. So I'm paying that person an hourly rate to rent their Diamond, and they're making money. So it's this whole ecosystem. And yeah, Snack Air is the virtual airline, the group that it's not really a VA per se. It's a group of pilots, a family, a brotherhood and sisterhood of people who fly for a group, and we all share in our stories and triumphs and misery and pain. And you can go to snackair.com. We're giving away $500 real world money this month to Snack Air pilots for a thing called a snack race. So yeah, hope that gives you a Reader's Digest explanation of what FSE is. Can I clear that mountain? I think I can. I'm going to change the time of day again. I am not a real pilot. Nope. I'm a fake pilot. Sounds really cool. I might have to check that out. Yeah, the only thing is that I would say be very patient during the registration process, because it's a two-step process. You have to create an account here, and then once that account works, then you have to go over here to a forum and request a second account. It's kind of a strange process of this two-world registration, but if you follow the manual, you should be able to to get it going. And then it even has instructions on how to install it in this sim, X-Plane, P3D, etc. Patience is the key word, yeah. Can you please show how you popped out the G1000 again? That would be cool on my second monitor. Absolutely. So thank you. Hold on. Okay. Thank you to Tylenol for showing me how to do this. So I'm going to hold down the, you have to use the Alt, right? And then you hover over your PFD and it has a plus sign, and then you just left click. And that brings the PFD out. But it looks like my plane gets a little bit unstable when I have that popped out for some reason. That's weird. You betcha. Sounder AU, good night. See you next time. Yeah, I've never tried Air Hauler or Air Hauler 2. Dang, driver's up ahead. Whoa. If you're in one particular view, your Xbox controller changes your, controls your plane. Yo, John Fly, acknowledge the follower. I'm trying to get to that showcase view. There's the showcase view. Oh yeah, that's cool. We got another follow, Tracer8881 with the follow, thank you, and also Slow Audi 0 and RPPZ, and thank you guys for the follows. I'm so digging it, Ash, man. Yeah, I mean, think about it. I've got my georeferencing, I got my FSEconomy, I've got my satellite imagery, I've got my group flying friends. This does it get any better? The only thing that can make it even better today is if that PMDG 777 or 737 just showed up on my front door in this sim. VR would be cool too, but I wouldn't do it on stream. But one day I will do VR, and all of you in chat will have VR goggles on, and we'll be all in VR together. That would be pretty cool. But we got to make sure that we don't move our head too much one way or the other, because you get motion sickness. I better make sure there's no terrain up here. I guess I can look on the synthetic vision. That's pretty cool. I love this drone. This is one fast DJI Mavic. Faux show. All right, I'll be right back. Yo, John Fly, acknowledge the follower. Okay, back with you, ETA to Ogden. I am just south of Burley. And if you look on the map there, there's Ogden up there. So we got to go over the Great Salt Lake a little bit. Let's see what my distance is to destination here. Should be able to find that out quickly. 33. Is that right? Oh, that's ETA to next. I don't think the flight plan on here syncs up with the flight plan in the sim. And that's one thing that they need to improve, right? Is in here, they need to improve the G1000. Because, let's see here. Let's go next page. Is there another page here? We are 6 miles from Sheer. It should go to the next page. If I hit that cursor and I scroll down, there's Ogden. Ogden is, I wish it gave you a cumulative total, but basically we're about 30, 40, 50, it's about 70 miles out, I guess, approximately. I got back to the main menu when whatever I do, I cannot get all traffic menu. Now waiting on ground at Ogden.
Yo,
Oh.
acknowledge the follower.
We can compare mine. Thank you for the follow. We got
Yo,
Ismash 19 and also Parastaz 11 and Chasely with the follow, guys, and Fish and Rod. Thank you, guys. Welcome aboard. You're at 16% fuel. Uh-oh, you might have to refuel there. I think you can refuel mid-flight, can't you, McKinney, unless you're on an FSE flight?
acknowledge the follower.
We got more followers. Mr. Land 67. Thank you. Friend request. Okay. I'll do that when I land.
Yo, acknowledge the follower.
Tons of follows coming in. We got Havakurd with the follow. Thank you. Havoc Kurd. What'd you say about the links there, Ashman? Yeah, 4Flight's working with 2020 Catheta. Yeah. Yep, I use a program called Flight Events, and I'll post it again here in the chat. There is your instructions on how to connect 4Flight. Make sure you follow them to the T, though, or you might have issues. Can one of my mods give Ashman Media a permit? Where do you get the latest Sim Connect? Oh gosh, I don't know, but I'm running 2 different versions of Sim Connect, and I'm not having the Sim Connect issues that other people are having. And I don't know offhand where I got my Sim Connect.
100.
Oh, it's giving me terrain. Terrain warning, 500 feet. Oh, that's beautiful. Facebook VR sunglasses reacher. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. VR from Facebook, yeah. Thank you, Aqua. Hiker's duck. Yeah. Man, doesn't that look real?
Yo, acknowledge.
Where do you put FSU IPC for MSFS? I'm not sure, but there is a free. I'm assuming you installed the new version. There's a free, brand new version that you can use until October or November for free. I don't know where you put it. I'm assuming that you just install it, and then during the process, it uses Doesn't it use SimConnect also? The tree coverage in MFS really adds immersion. Yeah. I want to call it MFS. Why can't I call it MFS? It should be MFS, not MSFS. Just soapbox. Are you getting rid of the bad stutters and FPS drops from the side type panels? I'm not having any stutters. People are complaining about stutters, but I have no stutters. The other thing I'm doing is that I forgot to tell you guys about. I've got a brand new video card in my streaming PC. It's a GTX 1650 Super. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And it is using this NVIDIA encoder. I did have a GTX 980 in that streaming PC, and it's got an older NVIDIA encoder chip. So I put a 1650. But then I found out today that you need the 1660 or the RTX line of cards to get the latest and greatest NVIDIA encoder. So I actually might be returning my 1650 Super and getting a 2060, an RTX 2060 card. But I'm using that to encode the stream. So there may be a difference from today's stream quality versus what I've been doing for the last year, in that I've been using a GTX 980 to do my encoding. 20 FPS drop and unplayable stuttering, had to unhook them. Are you using spad.next, Ricky Pro? JFK is crazy busy on VATSIM. On this platform, is VATSIM working now? Do you prefer using joystick or using a yoke? Yeah, I prefer joystick. Absolutely. Okay, you are using spad.next. What version of SimConnect do you have installed? I'm going to show you what version I have. I have two. Uninstall. I'm going to sort this by name. And down here, I've got Microsoft. I've got SimConnect. You guys can't see it. I got SimConnect version 10.0.61259.0 and also 61242.0. One's 146K and another 134K. And those are the two that are working for me. And like I say, that SimConnect is prevalent and I'm not having the issue. A transatlantic flight from France to Moscow and return, I'll never do that. You couldn't say, John, if I give you 10,000 bits, will you fly from France to Moscow and then return? No. The most I do is maybe I would do a 600-mile flight. That's it. And that's a big maybe. There's Strint over there in the DR40, the Robin, Mitch behind me. Rick is in the 152 running out of fuel. We got Shaggy over there, Poison Peanut over there. We got Talas, Mandan, Dang Driver. Are you at the airport, Dang Driver, in Ogden? Tylenol's up there. Trying to get to that. There we go. I want to do that beneath view for a minute. You're on ILS 3? Okay. There's the snack race. Hello, Entish Lawgiver. There's actually a message when you start up spad.next telling of the problem. I will check. The other thing, too, is on spad.next, I'm running version 0.9.8.6, so maybe see if that is also related. You just moved to Ogden? There you go. Going to see if my house is in the sim, taking off there in a few. Very nice. Yeah, I don't live too far from Ogden in the real world. Thompson 20 with the follow. Thank you. Waiting to watch the landings. Nice. What's crazy is on my 4 flight, look at this, I have traffic. That is weird and wonderful. I don't know if that's real world traffic or if that's sim traffic. I'm assuming that's sim traffic. Oh yeah, right there. That's Captain 7764. He's in a King Air, it looks like. No, he's in the Caravan. That's on FlightAware. That's a real world flight right there. Holy snack lips. Those are real world flights. Okay. That's kind of cool. Did you see the work done to Worcester? How do you say it? I haven't seen it, no. I see lights on your logic panel. Yeah, big ears, it's working for me, yeah. I can do everything. Radios, autopilot, everything. I use spad.next as my software. Thanks to Mitchy Mitch, I am here and see you all. Oh, thank you, Mitchy Mitch, for helping him out. No, I'm in Utah. I'm from Salt Lake City. I live in Salt Lake City. I've lived in elsewhere. I've lived in San Francisco, Oakland, Bay Area. I've lived in Tennessee. I've lived in Sydney, Australia. I've lived in near Augsburg, Germany. Yeah. All over, but I've gravitated back to where I grew up, and that's Utah. But the plan, yeah, I lived in Sydney. Yep, oi. Yep, had to move because those TABs were too convenient. I love Sydney. I learned how to play cricket. Learned how to love to watch cricket. Bodyline, baby, great movie. And yep, used to ride the train from Hornsby down to Sydney, and I'd crack open my Sydney Morning Herald newspaper and just enjoy my commute into the town. I got permanent residency down there too. My ex-wife is a Aussie. I was there for like a year. I was there a long time ago. Yeah. Let's put it this way. Have you heard of the Waugh Brothers? The Waugh Brothers were playing when I was there. And I love going to the train station in downtown Sydney, having a meat pie. We'd also go to the GSB, the George Street Bar. Throw back a couple crowns, or some vitamin B. Big Merv was the boss back then. Yes, he was. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. It was like 97, 98, somewhere in there. Yep. Love Oz. Miss it. All right, we should start to see. Yeah, we're not too far out. Captured the ILS. Oh, good. Where's all our old timers like Gibbs, etc.? Well, let me tell you a little bit of inside information there, Ashman. Mr. Gibbs gave me a call the other day, and he was heavily interrogating me on what technology to get for the new sim, i.e. CPU, i.e. video card, motherboard, this, that, the other. So it was really good. I chatted with him for probably 25, 30 minutes. Love Josh. Yeah. In fact, speaking of CPUs, look what I picked up yesterday. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That's the big bad boy. Yep, that's the big bad boy. We got another follow, Jockey77 with the follow. Thank you. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to speed up. I've been seriously at a very low speed here in a very powerful aircraft. I've been flying at 50% power. We're taking it up. Ooh, baby. Let's see what this diamond can do. Meet you guys in Ogden. Yeah, I run AMD right now on this simulator machine right here is AMD. You can type in !specs in my chat to get a list of my specs. I love AMD, but we know that the 10900K is king of the castle right now. For the moment, the 10900K is the fastest gaming CPU. But I would love, and there's a video that I posted in my Discord of a guy, I kid you not, he tested 28 graphic cards with Flight Simulator, and he's not even a flight simmer. He's not a flight simmer. It's crazy when Dr. Disrespect, iJustine, Jay's 2 Cents, all these big people are playing flight sim and building hardware around flight sim. It's crazy. You're a real IFR pilot just getting into sim and used it a little bit in training to practice approaches, but haven't really done FSEconomy or whatever. Looking forward to that. Tracer8881, you're going to have a great time. I would highly recommend that you do either Pilot Edge or VATSIM, so you can add that element of ATC, live ATC, to your simulation experience. Because when I'm on Pilot Edge or VATSIM, I have to do all the exact same radio communications I would do in the real world, talking to a real human being here through the simulator and following those SIDs and stars and approaches, and it's fantastic. You watched the Jay's 2 Cents video tonight. Yeah, it was really good. The Sim Nerd, how you doing? Yeah, it's been a while. Good to see you. Because Microsoft sent the packages for, okay, let's see. Because Microsoft sent them the packages for free, so they are obligated. I don't think they're obligated. You want to know how much free stuff those people get? I just think that this scenery is the talk of the world right now. Everyone's just like, wow, this looks really good. You know, when Andy Milonakis is streaming Flight Sim, there's something there. Because I was given a free copy as well, and, well, yeah, I was going to fly it anyway, but, yeah. They did send the package to actual flight simmers. They did, yeah. In fact, I was very fortunate for Microsoft to give me a copy on Thursday night. Yeah, or it's actually Friday morning. I got up at 1 a.m. on Friday morning, and the release didn't happen until Tuesday. So there were several hardcore flight simmers that got an early copy. Chewy, of course, and Cat Strader, and several others. I think London Controller got an early copy. Yeah, that was cool. Does Mf Msfs work with PE? No. They're working on a problem with SimConnect. So I think at this moment, Pilot Edge and VATSIM are both waiting for a fix from Asobo for the SimConnect issue that takes the frame rate down to 0. Hope you're well, homie. Bought my first stocks on Tuesday and bought 10 shares of AMD. AMD is a little bit of a high-priced machine right now. But if you hold it long term, I think you'll be fine. The new big Navi cards come out from AMD later this year, and the new 4000 Ryzen chips come out later this year, and they really are taking over the enthusiast market. Right now, they are. If someone's going to build a new PC, many people are doing Ryzen right now. So AMD stock, but it is also pretty high compared to its history. If I were you, I would do what's called an Iron Condor on Tastyworks. If I were you, I'd do an Iron Condor, which means you're buying a put spread and a call spread, and you're defining your risk, and all you want AMD stock to do is hang out in this range and have your options expire worthless, because instead of buying them, you sold them. It's the way to go. It's the way Iron Condor Simulations taught me. Yeah, Squirrel got one. Squirrel's been doing amazing content. Amazing content from Squirrel for sure. I think it's just... Hello, test 1, 2. What was that? Was that terrain? That was 500, yeah. Good morning, Captain Geo. Most of the hardcore simmers would have thrown the hardware in the garage. Long week with training, homie? I hear ya. I have the FCA or USA equivalent on the phone. They want to talk to you about the financial advice you have been given online. Yeah, well, the thing is I can tell you, well, you're right. I just got busted because you can tell people how to invest, but yeah, you're not supposed to say what to invest in. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Consult your financial consultant. But what I'm saying is that I'm not telling you to buy a stock because it's going up or down. I'm telling you to buy a stock because I want it to go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and stay within a range. But yeah, technically you gotta be, yeah. Uh-oh, shut down. Yeah, it's been very, very well covered. Yeah, you're going to see, I mean, it's amazing when you see Twitch and Flight Sim is in the top 5 of all games. It's in the top 5 of all games on Twitch at moments. Right now, it's probably in the top 20. I don't know. How many are in the Microsoft Flight Simulator channel right now? Are there at least 15,000, maybe 20,000 or more watching it right now? We'll see. You went to find the gulls in Alaska? I did some Alaska flying. It was pretty good. What else did I miss? I would get ForeFlight in a heartbeat if it were not so expensive. Catheta, I agree with you that it's expensive, and I wish I've been saying this for years. I wish that they would come out with a sim-only version. And they could just tie it to the sim. It would be of no use to real-world pilots. Sell it for much less, and you'd have an extra amount of income from us simmers, and it wouldn't detract from your IP for real-world aviation. But with that being said, Navigraph is going to have VFR charts. So over time, Navigraph charts is going to have those extra aspects. But I've been away from, you guys, I've been away from ForeFlight for a couple years. Maybe a year and a half. We got more follows. Bob Official and Garage Hops. Swifter Pilot. Thank you guys all for the follows. How far is Ogden? I can see Ogden. So we're not terribly far away. I would say we're within, well, 18.6 nautical miles away. Do you see how that? I just drew a ruler on the screen with my fingertips. That's pretty cool. Yep, I like that. Do you have to do something to enable those other aircraft labels? Yeah, you can turn on, I think it might be show gamer tag labels or something like this. We got Flake of Snow with the follow, thank you. 62,000 people were flying at once on the Steam version on the 19th, and that was just Steam. Whoo, dog. Isn't that awesome, Oz? DMB Bird 48, nice to see you, my friend. How you doing? 20,000 right now. B Money's Mafia, 20,000 right now. See, that's just huge.
Destination ATIS is 125.55.
Okay, that's kind of cool. ForeFlight just told me the ATIS, so I'm going to use my SciTech panel and go 125.55. But then I have to turn back on my comms, and I've shut them down because I didn't want ATC. So All right, ESJ Gaming. Yeah, you betcha. Hope you find FSE enjoyable. And again, be patient during the registration process. Can I write you a DM about the Global Sim Alliance for my friend? Absolutely. The price for actual pilot seems legit and on par, but yeah, if you're just streaming or just simming, it would be great to have a sim-only version. Yep. Yeah, if money were no object, I would actually get the Performance Plus package, which is 300, and that way I could do that 3D. There's a 3D modeling that you can have on the iPad too. That would be pretty cool. I've been thinking about how Honeycomb kicking themselves for the Bravo throttle has been delayed. Oh, yeah, to have it ready now. I agree with you there, Crash Distal. Sparker in VR, so is there another way to get a sectional map used with them? I heard Little Nav Map might work, Sparker. Little Nav Map, maybe. Is now a good time to get into this genre? Absolutely. But it was also a good time to get in 5 years ago when we had orthophoto in Sims. But this is now an even better time for sure. No Bullet. How are you, No Bullet? You were following, really? Yeah, you're behind me. I should probably pull up an instrument plate. So let's turn off this synthetic vision. I'll bring that up, And then I'm going to go flight plan. And I'm going to go back to edit. I'm going to bring up procedure. I'm going to pick up approach. I'm going to do the ILS runway 3. All right, ILS. It will go via Ryden. So those of you following, I'm going to do the ILS via Ryden. So on here, I'm going to tune in the frequency 111.7 on nav 1. So 111.7 on nav 1. And then I'm going to sync up my heading bug by clicking the heading button. And then I'm going to go into heading mode. There we go. We're in heading mode. And then I'm going to self-vector myself over to Ryden. So we're going to go heading. And there we go. I'm rotating the knob. And we're going to Ryden. Riding, rawhide, Ogden. I see a lot of traffic on 4Flight. That's all real world traffic. That's so freaking cool. Okay, so Ryden, as you can see here on the chart, I need to be at 6,000 at Wolfie. So once we get out to, you know what? I'm gonna go direct to Joseph. No, I'm not. I'm gonna intercept the localizer at Joseph. So we're gonna go on a heading of 200. I'm using the intermediate version, whatever it is that has the georeferencing. The basic does not have georeferencing. Get that? Yeah. Yeah, Navigraph charts do work. Yep, but they don't have VFR yet. We need VFR. But I'm patient. You've been using on air instead of FSE. Love the fact that if the sim crashes, you can load back in and continue and not have to fly. That would be pretty cool. Is on air? Can I buy fuel from another human? Can I rent a plane from another human on air? Just out of curiosity. Flake of Snow, you look like you know what you're doing. I unfortunately do not. I'm telling you right now, I learn every day from these guys in the chat room. These guys in the chat room teach me a ton. I'm going to go down to 6,000 feet. So I'm going to rotate the altitude knob to 6,000. We're going to click on the vertical speed twice to get it to enable. And we're going to go down at 400 feet per minute. Bring back the throttle here just a little bit here. Imagine if X-Plane partnered with Google Maps and invented their own 3D interpolation. What a choice that would be. I'm not opposed to that. I'll be flying both sims. I'll be flying all three and like I say, 3 for 3 probably. I don't know. How long do you guys think PMDG will have in its entire line of aircraft out in the new sim? Yeah, that's the question. You know what? Pretty soon, once I get down to 6,000 feet, then I'm going to vector in to intercept. Well, Joseph here at 8,000. Wolf at 6,000. Yeah, I'm going to change my heading just slightly here. Yeah, there's flying heading 180. Great Salt Lake. I need one. Yeah, I heard Aerosoft may have that CRJ available, Crash at Distal. Wouldn't that be awesome if the VNav and LNav worked in that bad boy? Oh, on-air costs money. Oh, I didn't know that. But it is fully multiplayer. Well, what they should do is they should give me a free account so I can test it and show it. I want to see the freeware community build like Xplane.org. Yeah, that would be nice, for sure. I wouldn't mind for me to come up with a brilliant idea for an add-on for this new simulator, and then I could sell it in the marketplace. I just need to come up with that brilliant idea, because you know that people are going to be making bank on that marketplace. And we might as well make bank so I can give it away to all y'all. It's late. No, it's early. Have a great stream, John. Got to head off to bed. See you, chat. All's Flight Simmer. Thank you, my friend. Look for your next video on YouTube. And thanks for all the content. You're amazing. Really, really hope to meet you in the world one day and buy you a vitamin B. Good night. It's a monthly sub, but it's only $3 a month. It's someone who's messed with FSE for... Oh, well, $3 a month's not bad. Yeah, this is Salt Lake. Yeah.
Yo, Johnfly, acknowledge the follower.
That's Antelope Island right there. I've been out there before. There's buffalo out there.
Yo, Johnfly, acknowledge the follower.
Okay, we're going to make a turn here. Scott Laco and Summer SA74 with the follows. Also, Austin Backwards, Mr. Mortimer. Thank you, guys. I was approved in the marketplace. I have a few small ideas. Ashman, that's awesome. Yeah, I need to do something. I should probably do like a FSEconomy something or other. Oh. Okay, I'm going to do a 30-degree intercept. Slow down a little bit more. Get in the cockpit. Need to be at Wolfie at 6,000. I'm going to switch my CDI to localizer. There it is. And then once I get on this, I'm going to, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened there? That was weird. Okay, there's the nav. Let's see if it'll do its right thing here. No, that's too much of an intercept. Okay, autopilot off. I'm going to make the manual turn here. That was interesting.
Yo, Johnfly.
AP killed you like that? Okay. Thank you. We got another follow. I'm missing it, though, because my system messed up. Iowa Scotsman, good morning, sir. Let's see if I can do autopilot. Sync up my heading bug. Hit the heading button. And just fly right there for a moment. I'm going to slow down a little bit more. And now, okay, so localizer on. I'm going to hit nav and see what happens. Come on, nav. You can do it. Sweet. I think I'm locked onto the localizer. Bonjour, Ubernator. Can you give me a quick rundown on how to use FSEconomy? We're not right now on final, but if you go join my Discord, I've talked about it several times on stream, and I'm glad to do it again. But if you if I land and I don't forget, I can tell you, I can show you. But in my Discord, I've got a picture. I should pin that picture. All right, let's hit approach. Well, not quite yet. Let the glide slope come down a little bit. You're doing some laps in a 152 runway 3. There you go. You want to add UFOs to the mix of AI? That's awesome. Joining a group in FSEconomy makes it easier to find profitable jobs than trying to match up rentals. No, if you go to snakair.com right now, snakair.com, you can find a link to the FSE Power Search, and that's going to help you find profitable jobs and rentals and everything. It's fantastic. It's free for any FSE pilots. All right, I want that green dot to drop. See that green right there? I want that to drop. Start dropping. I'm going to go a notch of flaps. Oops. One notch. I'm also going to go gear down. And I'm going to hit the approach button. Recording your landing, no pressure. Oh, snack. Hopefully it starts down. That looks really good. Whew. Golf course. I've played that golf course. All right, capture, baby, capture. If any of you want to join the group flight, we're going to do another group flight in a major city somewhere in America. I don't know where yet. We're going to have a vote. I'm missing these follows.
Mile final runway 03.
Oh, 2 mile final. Thank you, for flight. Oh, I think it's caught it. I'm going to use the space bar to look up a little bit. There's the runway. Missed approach procedure. Ready to go on a moment's notice. Okay, full flaps. How do I know if it's captured or not? Really, if it starts to descend when that green dot hits right there
100.
in the middle. Okay, 100. I think there's a plane on the runway, though, right now. I'm a little bit scared. Hill Air Force Base right over there. Okay, we've made the runway. It's a little bit slow. I'm going to add a little bit of power here. It's still bringing us down the ILS slope, which is awesome. So if you were in low visibility, this instrument landing would bring you right down to the bad boy airport in the really bad weather. Here we go. Okay, lights off. Autopilot off. Diving down because we want to get in the first third of the runway here. That's what I should do. I should really program a landing rate plug-in and sell it.
Acknowledge the follower.
It's floating, ground float. That was a long landing, but Very long landing, but I'll take it. All right, brake. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's aggressive braking. And you see how ForeFlight automatically switched to the ground chart? That's kind of cool. I don't know if I want to go over there, Tylenol. There's Battleship taking off. Because I think the FBO is right behind me. So let's meet over there. Okay, flaps coming up. Unconventional taxiing, I know. I didn't look to see if there's any traffic coming. Nope. There's an ortho taxiway. So a little Ogden love wouldn't hurt.
Yo, Jownfly. Acknowledge the follower.
We got follow. We got Capri MK03. We got Speed 330 and Jet 787 and Canon 190. All with the follows. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies. What kind of software is running on an iPad? It's ForeFlight. And how does it get the data? It's getting the data from a program called Flight Events. And I need to stop my flight and get my FSE money. I'm going to be like that fancy guy that parks at like an angle in his sports car. And there we go. We're sending the results to the FSEconomy server, and my flight is logged. Success. Success. Long landing, exactly. The ILS approach in the TBM 930 came in super low. I can see no one. My son has changed everything. Please walk me through where I need to change. Thanks. All right, I can do that. Yeah. Pretty cool. Airport looks great. There's Battleship. Is Battleship in the chat room here, guys?
Yo, Jownfly. Acknowledge the follower.
Mustang Run 66. We got more follows. Niner 4JL 10 shot 2018 pseudo FPS. Thank you guys. Anyone coming in for a landing?
Yo, Jownfly. Acknowledge the follower.
Thank you. We got more followers. We got Gangsta. Let's see. FSEconomy logged. Let's see if we can.
Yo, Jownfly.
There we go.
Acknowledge
This is the perfect way. Oh, there's Crash Distal. Hello, Crash Distal. This is the perfect way to do plane spotting. There's Tylenol with wings in his TBM. Looks like Scotty P7409 is over there in his TBM. Niku Bela is also here. We got a King Air 350. Rick is in his Cessna 152. He did not run out of fuel.